Welcome back, everyone. I'm Eric from Rare Candy, and here today we are back on PTCGO trying out the Trash Master himself, Garbodor from Vivid Voltage. So this was a card that I think very early on people thought might be a potential partner for Whimsicott, but people finally realized that Whimsicott had U-turn board, so as a result, Garbodor is probably not the best partner, probably till maybe like closer to the rotation over next summer. But with that being said, I mean, Garbodor, I still think it has a solid attack, and I wanted to build around with it and see if it does have any potential outside of the Whimsicott deck idea. But before we get any deeper in this video, if you guys can remember, smack that like button. It genuinely really does help get this video seen by more people. And if you need any cards to complete this deck or any others, check out our friends at PTCGOstore.com. Use that coupon code RARECANDY at checkout to save yourself some money. And our patrons have an exclusive discount code of their own for an even bigger discount. So be sure to check out our friends at PTCGOstore.com. But hopping back into the actual deck, let's take a look at Garbodor if you need a refresher. Garbodor, this is a stage 1 we just got from Vivid Voltage, and we're only playing it for its first attack for 2 colorless energy. Trash Cyclone, just 30 times the amount of Pokemon tool cards in your discard pile. Then shuffle each of those cards into your deck. So you guys can probably see why people thought this might get paired with Whimsicott, but this is what we're going all in on in this deck right now. Which might look a little bit weird because we're only playing a 3-3 line as opposed to a 4-4, but I'll get more into that in a second. But basically every turn we are attempting to just keep recycling our tool cards over and over to keep doing massive amounts of damage. And the main way we're going to help our deck do that is with Cinccino, because it has the make do ability. You must discard a card from your hand, then draw 2 cards. So obviously we can toss away tool cards, refill our hand size and draw through our deck in the process a little bit with this. I kind of wish we had the Zebstrika from Lost Thunder still in format. I think I would probably prefer that over this, but this is our next best thing that we still have in the current format. But the reason we're not going all in on Garbodor is because you're shuffling in tool cards every turn, and sometimes it's kind of hard to climb up to the amount that you need to get a one-shot. And so what I'm opting for, instead of the 4th Trubbish and 4th Garbodor, I'm playing 1 Kangaskhan and 1 Hoopa. So these are some backup attackers that we can use if we do need a turn to sort of recharge and take some time to get more tools in the discard pile. So Hoopa, of course, Evil Admonition. This is a solid little early game attack where we can just sort of poke at things, get some chip damage on the board. And then with Kangaskhan, this is more of a mid-game attacker with Rally Back. So it hits a little bit harder than Hoopa most of the time, but it is contingent upon your opponent taking a KO. But Rally Back can do 120. And again, if we do need a turn to soften things up, or even if, let's say, we attacked already with Garbodor and we don't want to attack again with Garbodor to clean up a knockout, we'd rather keep those tools in the discard to save for ideally a one-shot on their next Pokemon. So Pokemon like Kangaskhan and Hoopa can kind of help with those sorts of plays if you're kind of following what I'm saying about that. We also have a copy of Mew, of course, to protect against things like Tag Bolt and Cramorant's attack. We have Dedenne to help us get stuff in the discard. And looking at our supporters, we have a very interesting supporter line. While you might look at research and think, whoa, it's the best draw supporter we have, and it discards tools. Why are we not playing 4? I kind of did find that we are constantly expanding our hand size with a deck like this. So I actually don't want to max out research. I really did not like this deck when I had a 4 count. So I've settled on a 2 count, but instead we're playing 2 copies of Alistair to make up the difference. This is a card I really didn't expect to play. I really was not very kind to it in our Vivid Voltage set review, but I think it actually is pretty good in this deck. We draw 3, then afterwards we discard up to 3 cards from our hand, meaning that this allows us to draw into our tool cards first before committing to what we want to discard. But from there, Hapu is going to be by far, I think, our favorite supporter in the deck. We look at the top 6 cards, keep 2, discard the other 4. Self-explanatory stuff, especially in the late game once our deck is very thin. A lot of times this is basically going to read, pick 2 cards, do 120 more damage for the turn. Another interesting thing about our list is you'll see no copies of Boss's Orders, and I'm not happy about it, but unfortunately this is really a deck that needs like 65 cards, I think, to be able to function, so cuts had to be made. Instead we're playing the 1 Fion, because Fion we can at least keep reusing over and over, whereas if we just play like 1 Boss's Orders or like 1 Great Catcher, I feel like a lot of times we'll just end up tossing them without being able to get good use out of them. So Fion is going to be our only form of Gust in this deck. We also have 1 copy of Giant Hearth. This is probably another like really odd looking inclusion, But this is very similar to the reason why Granville decks a couple years ago were playing Mysterious Treasure. Even though they played no Psychic Pokemon, they literally played it just for the discard effect. Same thing here. We're playing Giant Hearth because this is another way we can discard a tool card from hand. Originally, I had Duskull in this list, but what I found was our bench kept getting very crammed, so had to cut Duskull, and so the next best thing is probably either Giant Hearth or Viridian. But of course, guys, we're playing the Giant Hearth because fewer decks can make use of this as opposed to the Viridian. And looking at our tool cards, a lot of these are going to be pretty straightforward. Air Balloons to make sure we can retreat, Lucky Egg to refill our hand size, Giant Bomb, obviously a busted card in a deck like this because even if your opponent doesn't attack into the Pokemon that has it, it goes into the discard pile, fueling our attacks for future turns. We have the 1 Island Challenge Amulet in case we do need to get that down on Dedenne, and if we do discard it early on with Garbodor or Cinccino, we can just keep reusing these and find it at a later point in the game. And we have the 2 Vitality Bands, very important card actually because 210 I found is a very common number we hit for with this deck, and Vitality Band is going to allow us to hit that magic 220 number to be able to one-shot Zacians. But that is going to be the list we're going to be trying out. Lots of unorthodox inclusions in here, but this is the list we are ultimately going to settle on for today. But, let's hop to some games and see if Garbodor is going to be all gas or all trash. Let's see. Okay, so go and call the coin flip here, which we do, and that's good. So, yes, we would like to go first. We definitely are an evolution deck, very reliant on pre-evolutions and such. So, it's actually a pretty workable opening hand, too. If we could find a communication, that would be great. That way we could preserve this Cinccino we have. Okay, so we see the Tack Hall, we see Aurora Energy, so I'm thinking something with Mewtwo Mew. Based on the Aurora Energy. I mean, it could be ADP, but I feel like the Guz Mahala special energy version of that deck has been long out of favor now. So we'll have to see. So, sure, we would like to draw another card. Hey, fantastic. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Oh, but it is going to be ADP. That's so annoying. Yeah, we're really going to have to, stretch and try to get this knockout next turn, apparently. I can't believe it's ADP. So we're just going to grab another Cinccino here. Well, actually, we should have checked. We probably should have Quick Ball first because we need to make sure Dedenne's in deck. So that's definitely something that is pretty important here. So we'll toss the Air Balloon to start with. And is it in there? Okay, thank God it is. So we're just going to toss all of these away. Even though, yes, we could play them. They're good tools to have in play. We have the extras in deck. I'm not really too worried about them. So I'm prioritizing all of these Cinccinos because we need to dig very heavily to knock this guy out next turn if possible. I don't know if we're going to be able to, but we're definitely going to try our best here. Okay, so we can definitely work with this hand at the very least. So from there, we're just going to pass over to our opponent. Now, one thing that is going our way, potentially, is if they're playing the Aurora Energy sort of engine with Guz Mahala, I think it's actually pretty likely they're not going to get the turn 1 Alter Creation. I feel like it's probably going to be a little bit tougher for their deck to do that. I mean, I could be wrong. We'll see, but... Okay, there's the Guz Mahala. Curious if they're playing any Stadium other than Swell. Maybe a Viridian, but now if they're playing Aurora Energy, I feel like they wouldn't be playing Viridian. I mean, I could be wrong though. We'll see. They haven't done too much else. Okay, but they are playing Viridian. That's actually dope, because we can now abuse that to get some more tool cards in discard. So let's see, we have just 2. I feel like we did so much, and we only have 2, but it is what it is. Okay, so we could research, but we don't have many tools to actually get rid of, so I feel like it's almost not even worth it. So we're just going to make do, get rid of the Lucky Egg. Probably just Hapu from there, I would imagine. Because, yeah, we definitely don't want to get rid of this hand. So we'll just go for the Hapu here. Okay, so we'll just grab a Garbodor and a Cinccino here. See, we're at 1, 2, 3. Oh god, is that really it? This reminds me of Mad Party in a way too, where it's like you feel like you're doing so much, but you're like really not accomplishing much with the deck. So we'll just go for the communication. I think we'll probably just get another Cinccino here. So I'll make do. I think we'll get rid of the research. Yeah, I think so. I'd really rather use Hapu. Okay, so we're just going to... We might even use Twin Energy to retreat. Or do 40 at the very least here. See, I think I'm actually okay with that. Sure, we'll just do a Giant Bomb here. And we'll just go for the Energy Assist. So just to get some chip damage in at the very least. We don't have the special, or I'm sorry, basic energies, obviously, but... So, let's see, they're at, what, 240? We can get there, because we have our engine up and running. If they go for Altercation, and we just get the knockout, I mean, that's definitely good. Okay, that's a great way to start off the turn. So we'll go for the Make Do. Toss this guy away. Let's see. We'll go for Hapu. Probably just grab this and Trubbish, more than likely. So we're going to Ordinary Rod. We actually do need to get Garbodor back in deck just to increase our odds of finding that. Because we only have 2 Make-Dos left, if I'm not mistaken. So just to kick things off, we will... Let's see, how much damage are we doing? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so as long as we get Garbodor, we just win. So if that's the case, we actually might want to get a little bit extra aggressive here. So just Quick Ball. I'm going to toss away the Trubbish. Sure, just grab another. Nah, we'll just grab Kangaskhan, I suppose. Oops, not Energy Assist. So we're going to make do. We're going to toss away Hapu. So big 4 cards here. We absolutely need a Communication or a Garbodor here. Absolutely need it. And we'll just toss away the Vitality Band. This seems best. So fingers crossed, guys. Can we get there? And we do. I can't believe it. We're actually going to beat ADP with a deck like this. Oh, man. So far, gas, not trash, but... We'll toss away the Giant Bomb as well, just to add insult to injury. Retreat. And go for the Trash Cyclone for 300 damage. Get wrecked, ADP. Cool. So starting off the day pretty decent with this thing. Alright, so we see a Fire deck box. We see the Charizard coin. Could be Reshizard. Reshizard has seen a little bit of a resurgence lately, so it's definitely possible. So we lose the flip. So more likely they're going to make us go first anyways, if I had to guess. Oh, they're going to choose to go first though, so we'll have to see what they're going to be playing here. They're going to mulligan, unfortunately, even though we play a ton of basics here in this deck. Alright, so we can definitely work with this. Yeah, I'm okay with this. assuming we have the Dene in deck, that's like the one thing we are going to be a little bit reliant on for this opening hand. Okay, it's going to be the Charizard deck. I actually think they are probably favored here. I think more than likely their deck's going to get set up before ours does. If I just had to guess. So, yeah, going second is definitely a little bit of a bummer here. There's going to be a Leon. It isn't going to take much for them to knock out a Garbodor. So, yeah, they can just toss away that guy. It makes sense. They do need to discard one more Leon to be able to one-shot us, so that's something we have going for us. Okay, there's going to be a Dene. The one thing that could be nice is maybe using Fion to try to stall a little bit and take away their option for, you know, Stellar Wish and stuff like that. There is actually a world where we take a knockout with Hoopa this turn, though. Okay, we just draw the Dene, that's busted. So, Giant Bomb could be good in this matchup, potentially, too. So let's see what we have. Hoopa is in deck. Do we have twin energies? We have all 4 twins. And I think we actually will get down the air balloon. Normally I would want to discard it, but if we can get the first KO, that feels pretty good. So I will be content if that's what we have to do. We'll also grab a Trubbish as well, just to start getting that set up. We did prize a Garbodor, so that's important to take note of, but we do have both Ordinary Rods at the very least. Alright, so let's see. We got the Dene. Now, unfortunately, we did not get an energy to attack, which feels awful. That's unfortunate. Do we go for the Fion? That's the next question. I'm going to say sure. Actually, yeah, let's do that. So we'll toss away the Vitality Band here. Just go for the Fion here. Try to make them whiff their rare candies or whatever stuff like that they might be looking for. I don't think the odds of the Dene getting knocked out are very high right now, so I might even just get down the Giant Bomb and leave that for the moment. Doesn't seem awful. So we'll retreat. I think we'll probably just retreat into Hoopa, actually. We don't really want anything else to get attacked, so we'll just pass. We have the Cinccino, so we can discard the Iowan Challenge Amulet. Yes, I know we do want to get that down to Dene, but I don't think we're in danger of this getting knocked out just yet at this point in the game. So I'm fine with potentially pitching this away and re-finding it all over again. There's going to be Scoop Up Net. So, yeah, it kind of feels bad that we whiffed the KO there. That definitely would have been nice. They're going to have a much easier time at streaming KOs than we are. So even though they're a stage 2 deck, so there's going to be a Welder. Evolution Incense. Ooh, that feels bad. We know what's coming, guys. There's no way they're just going to evolve. Yeah. I was gonna say, there's no way they're just going to evolve into the Charmeleon. That would be pretty bad. So there's going to be the rare candy as well. Now, they do need... Oh, wait, they already do have one Leon. Oh, they have 2 Leons in discard. So, yeah, they're knocking out everything we have. So, sure, we'll just evolve this guy. Go for the Make Do. Okay, Hapu's definitely good to get. So let's tap you before we do anything else here. Probably just do these. But we're in kind of a weird spot because we need another Trubbish and we need Garbodor this turn. I think we just have to take the knockout and hope that they don't have the means of setting up another Charizard. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so we're definitely knocking out this guy over here. So let's go for a little Trubby. Go for the communication, put this guy back. And we'll go for the Garbodor here. And just go for the Trash Cyclone for 210. So can we get a decent prize at least? We do get research. That's pretty good. It'll feel bad tossing away a twin, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. So hopefully we can just avoid the KO here. Giant Bomb still could be relevant in this matchup the more I'm thinking about it, because if they ever go like attacking a Giant Bomb, take 100, and then we can pick them off with something like Hoopa, that could be good. Hey, Giant Heart, that's actually a stated we don't mind coming down in play. And Clay, okay, very interesting inclusions they have over here. So we see the rare candy. Hopefully they don't have the Zard to go with it. That's like the big thing. There's gonna be Ordinary Rod. So more likely gonna get back a Charizard line. That would make sense. There's the Evolution Incense. Do they have the switch to go with it? That's the next question. But I mean, they're going to be able to Battle Sense here. So yeah, there's like no way they don't have the KO. Yeah, things are feeling kind of bad. This is where like maybe playing like a 4-3 Garbodor could have been a little bit better. But I guess probably not, because if I cut anything, it would probably be the Kangaskhan for a 4th Trubbish, and we haven't seen Kangaskhan, so we were pretty much doomed to not have a 2nd Trubbish either way. Oh, but they don't have the switching card. That's actually huge for us. Okay, absolutely busted. Man, that is a big swing back in our favor, so let's go for the research here. Okay, so we will... We'll just make do, toss away the Giant Bomb more than likely, because we don't have any tools yet. Go for the make do, toss the Vitality Band. Sure, that'll be fine. Get down Cinccino. Like, there's a world where maybe we... I think we'll get down the Island Challenge Emma. This seems like a good turn to finally do that. Well, Giant Heart. No, we don't want to actually toss this. Because we have enough, right? No, we need one more in the discard. So we actually do have to use Giant Heart, toss away the Air Balloon. I'm going to get the Island Challenge Amulet down, though. So it's definitely a good turn to do that, and Trash Cyclone. So what a huge tempo swing back in our favor here. Like, not only are we able to attack, but we're now also taking the lead in the prize exchange. So yeah, we got bailed out a little bit there. Opponent says we have a good deck. I'm not sure about that, but I appreciate the sentiment for sure. We'll see. Game's not over. So they're starting to run low on cards. So that actually is really good for us too, because they have to keep Weldering. Well, I don't know. They might not need to keep Weldering. I was going to say, Welder might end up making them deck out at some point. There's Ordinary Rod. We have not seen a Tool Scrapper or anything like that. That would definitely be relevant for this Island Challenge Amulet. But I guess on the flip side, if they ever do Scrapper, that does just increase our damage output. Okay, so now we are at a point where we need to Ordinary Rod, right? If I'm not mistaken. So let's just go for the... Doesn't matter the order that we do all this in. I'm going to say no for the moment. So we'll go for the Make Do. That's definitely good to get. We'll Make Do again. So we'll Make Do again, probably get rid of the Vitality Band. Come on, Ordinary Rod, where are you at? Okay, awesome. So we need to get Garbodor, probably just 2 Garbodor, because we do have another Trubbish left in deck, if I remember correctly. And we have no Quick Balls, so yeah, actually, yeah, let's just do this, because the odds of draw, if we get like the 1/1 line, we have equal odds of hitting Trubbish or Garbodor, but I think we need to make sure we hit a Garbodor this turn. That's like the imperative thing we have here. And from there, I think there's a world where let's see, we have to Hapu, actually. I think that's our... Actually, no, we can maybe research. It would feel bad tossing Fion, but digging with Hapu only gets us, or going to research only gets us 1 card closer. Let's see, how many tools do we need? 1, 2, 3. So we need, what, 3 more, right? If that's the case, I think we're actually just going to... Yeah, we're just going to toss this hand. Because we can still use Giant Hearth to discard 1 more tool if we need to. Okay, so we do whip some stuff, but we can still get the knockout. That's the important thing that we have here. So we're just going to... Communication, the Mew. Go for the Garbodor. We're going to Giant Hearth, get rid of the Lucky Egg. Evolve here. And I'm going to save the Kangaskhan. Because if they whiff the return KO, I'd rather this be a Trubbish. So there's no real rush in getting that down. So I think we'll just do this here. And from there, we'll just go for the old Trash Cyclone. Now, one thing is bad, we did toss a lot of supporters. I actually need to check how many we have left. So there is actually a world like this where maybe we don't even have the response. I mean, I guess we'll have the response with Kangaskhan no matter what. So, yeah, the only way they would really be able to mess up our turn is if they have Tool Scrapper. Like, if they have Boss's Orders, Garbodor stays alive. And if they have Tool Scrapper, that takes our Kangaskhan play away. There's going to be Pokegear. But a whiff, okay. Oh, we just get the victory screen. I was about to check our supporters because I was actually worried we were going to be out of draw power other than our Cinccinos. But hey, took down Charizard. I definitely thought they were going to win, but them stage 2 hands kind of helped us out there, I think. Alrighty, guys, that's going to wrap up our look here at the Garbodor deck today. You know, based on the games we had, you know, the deck looked like gas, but to be honest, I do think Garbodor is probably closer to the trash category. Pun definitely intended, of course. Just because it can sometimes be a little bit hard to recycle all of your tools every turn and hit for 240. I think that's the number you really have to hit with this deck to be able to one-shot Zacians and two-shot tag teams and VMAXs. And sometimes we're like just shy of that. So I'm not super sold on this deck, but it's definitely a fun one, guys. Feel free to mess around with it. If you're bored of your normal Zacian decks, Pikaroms, and you just want to switch things up with something fun, Garbodor can definitely provide that for you. But that's going to wrap up things for today, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, of course, smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you can, consider supporting this channel by becoming a patron at patreon.com/rarecandytcg. They actually had early access to this list in advance, so check us out over there for some early access and exclusive content. But as always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.